Alrighty, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Abundant Will podcast. It's Sunday morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend and had some time to spend with their families and whatnot and things like that. Um, I just wanted to come in here and let you guys know a couple things that happened with me this week, and then we'll kind of just go over some stuff again. All right. So first things first, um, I've been back at work for a little while now, and I've been working like on a roof and stuff. So it's been pretty hot and things like that. But anyway, I would say maybe um not like last week, but Wednesday of the uh last week. What date was that? I think it was probably around the time when me and Jill did the podcast together, the last one. All right. So probably right around then. So I would get home and let me see if there's a pen or something around here. But I would get home and my okay. Yeah, so I would get home and I'm taking off like my work jeans and boots and stuff, but like where your socks end, like where the line was, my it kind of looked like this. It was like, you know how like sometimes you'll get like a little bit of an indent if it's sitting there all day in the same spot. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, that's normal, but my leg kind of looked like this. uh, of course. Okay. So, I mean, that's a terrible drawing, but it was kind of like that. All right. So, like, you could definitely see like where my sock line was, and like it was definitely like you could tell it was like water, but it wasn't a lot. Like, my leg wasn't like really swollen, but it was swollen a little bit. And I showed Jill, and she was like, "Yeah, you better call him this, that, and the next thing." So I messaged him, and then the next day I went and got my blood work. And then, like 2 days later, it came back. Everything was in the green, everything was good because, like, you got like the spots where it's like green. And then if it's outside the green, then I mean, it's either on the high side or the low side, you know what I mean? But all my stuff was in the green except for my creatine. It was like at 1.5. And the good a good number for it is 1.2 to, I think, like maybe zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6 or something. So mine was 1.5. So she called me and she says, "Yeah, I don't really see anything for concern here. I am just a little bit concerned about the creatine, just because mine hasn't been that high before. I mean, it was still pretty good, but mine just hasn't been that high since they've been taking my blood for the last 6 months, you know?" So she was like, keep an eye on your legs and stuff. Um this was probably like Thursday or something, maybe Friday. And she goes, what I want you to do is first thing next week, like Monday or Tuesday, go get your blood work done. So I was like, all right. So I went Monday, I got it done. They ordered a couple other like extra tests just to double check everything to make sure everything was good and things like that. And everything came back fine. My creatine was lower than it was. Everything was good. And actually, um, like just looking at my legs and stuff, you could see that they're like 100% better, damn near 100% better. But yeah, it was kind of wild. And me and Jill were looking up, like what it could possibly be and things like that. And I guess a lot of it could have to do with your diet. So, like, not so much, or just like chill out and cut back on the sodium is what they told me. And what was the other thing they told? Oh yeah, and then she told me, she goes, just start writing down how much water you drink during the day. And I was like, all right. So right now, I mean, they're fine. They're back to normal pretty much. My left one is, you know what? It kind of feels like neuropathy a little bit, because there's like one spot that like hurts. And the only reason I say that it feels like neuropathy is because, like, when I was in the shower and my neuropathy was like going off and, like making me uncomfortable and stuff, like when the water hit it, it felt like it was hitting a burn. And that's how it feels when it hits my left leg a little bit too. But I mean, other than that, I got my blood tests or my blood work done. I guess I'll go get it done again this week just to make sure everything's on the up and up, because I know how this goes, dude. um, when you've had a transplant, I mean, it could be 6 months later, it could be maybe a year later, maybe 3 years later, but there's always potential for complications. So I want to stay ahead of everything, because I don't want to end up in the position that I was in before with a hernia. And the reason, well, I thought it was my kidney, but it was a hernia. And that's that hernia basically killed my kidney, because it was blocking um, the kidney from releasing all the urine, so it was holding some of it in there and damaging it. And the whole time I was under the impression that it was my kidney, but it wasn't. So from now on, I'm just going to be super diligent and um just stay on top of it, man, because I don't want to get caught slipping again, dude, because it's not fun to be in a position to where it's like you need everything and you need it now. You know what I mean? So if you're going through any kind of medical anything, dude, uh, trust me. I know how it is, dude. I know how it goes. It, in your head, you're constantly waiting for the hammer to drop, right? I mean, at least that's how I can relate it, because I mean, I've been going through this stuff my whole entire life. So it's 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 almost kind of like you expect it a little bit, but you don't you don't want to. And besides that, dude, if you have the right mindset, you're going to be fine anyway. So like I said, if you do have any experience with anything like this, just, I mean, please be diligent, man, about your health and take it seriously, because I didn't for a very long time, because I thought I was out of the woods. I thought I was good. It had been, I don't know, 10, 15 years since something had happened. But I mean, when I went to the hospital and got that blood work that one time, and they called me back and said, get back here immediately, that was not a fun phone call, and I don't wish that upon anybody. So all I just want to say is, just, if you're going through anything medical, just stay on top of it and stay diligent, okay? Now, let's just kind of go over everything a little bit. So, I want you to understand that everything is a frequency, everything has a vibration, everything around you is constantly resonating and moving, and you are your own field. You are your own um, observer, operator, actor, writer, um, the playwriter, everything. So you could create whatever life that you want. What's one of the first things I said that we have to do if we're trying to create the life that we want, right? The first thing that you have to do is forgive yourself and get rid of all of the emotional trauma, baggage, whatever. I don't care if you have to write it down or look at yourself in the mirror, but just forgive yourself, dude, okay? And understand that all you created the life that you have right now with every decision, every anything, whatever. Okay? So if you want a different one, you have to start creating a new mindset. And so we said everything has a frequency and a vibration and this, that, and next thing, right? Well, you do as well. And whether you're living in a low vibration state or a high vibration state, you could break it down like this. Okay? If you're living in a low vibration, you are living in fear, lack, anger, anxiety, um, any anything like that, any kind of low vibration. Now, if you want to live and go through your day in a high vibration, then you have to live in love, in light, in truth, be authentic. Believe it or not, love love is a very, very, very powerful frequency. So is being grateful. All of that is good, but the highest measured frequency is authenticity. All right. So you just want to be authentic, man. Just be real. Be real. Okay. Now, in order, so your whole life you've been let's just say reacting to life, right? Reacting to situations, whatever happens, this, that, and the next thing. Well, there's no reacting anymore. What you have to do is you have to learn how to respond. Not only that, I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but not only that, you have to learn how to control your emotions. Okay? That's the biggest thing. You have to be able to control your emotions. You have to be able to sit and think through things. And I'm telling you, like I've been saying since episode 1, you almost have to you you have to brainwash yourself. And what I mean by that is you have to be reading. I've said multiple times, I've given you guys different kinds of books and stuff to read. I can't do, I mean, I did it for myself. I did the research for myself, but I can't do the research for you because you have to come up with your own conclusion, and you have to believe in yourself. So I can't help you with that, but I could show you the door, right? Now, listen, I heard a statistic the other day that, like, I guess, I don't know what the percentages were or whatever, but it was shockingly low at how much, or, oh, that's what it was. It was that most adults are at a sixth grade reading level. I mean, come on, pick up a book and read it, okay? Understand it. Like I've told you guys before, um, everything that I've been saying to you and things like that, the symbolisms, everything. Okay, so if you really want to dedicate your life to living in love, light, and truth, and abundance, and things like that, you you have to know what's going on, and you have to be able to see past the bullshit. Okay, and the only way that you're going to do that is by getting in touch, getting in touch with the source of all, but knowing that you are part of that. Everybody is, everything is connected, everything is one. We are all one. I've been saying this for a long time, okay? But folks, nothing is in your life is going to change until you change your mindset and you change your heart and you get your heart and your brain on the same coherent frequency, and you live through love, light, truth, and being grateful. I was thinking the other day about just all the things I was grateful for, and things like that. And right when I was thinking it, at the end of our road here, you could either go east or west, and no matter what way you go, you got to go 6 to 8 miles either way to actually get out to like town or the highway or whatever. And so I was driving home. Excuse me. So I was driving home and I was thinking about um, just what I was grateful for, and like how grateful I am just to be here living life. And right at that moment, I had went over the tracks, and something in my mind clicked, and I remembered when I first got home from surgery, I had to go back to the hospital like 2 or 3 times a week, and that's like an hour and a half drive from here to the city. So it was quite a ride, and I was still super sore. I'm not 100%. I think maybe for a couple of those rides, I still had like the tubes in me, and my mom would drive me. And every time she'd go over the tracks, I go, oh, She go, oh man, I forgot. I'm sorry. And then like next time she'd try to go slower, and it was even more bumpier. And I was like, oh. She's like, well, if I go slow, it's worse. So I think I got to find somewhere in the middle. So I think we ended up going over the tracks at like 35, 40. It just ended up being like the right speed to where it didn't hurt that much. But just things like that, man. Just driving over railroad tracks without pain. I mean, that's how simple you got to get it. I mean, just be grateful that you woke up today, and if you have a house or a deck or something, you get to sit out there and listen to the birds and things like that. I mean, dude, it's the simple stuff, man. It really is. And you you really, once you find out who you are and who you want to be, or when you find out who you are, you'll find out um exactly what your passion is, and this, that, and the next thing. Because when you find out who you are, you're going to be like, man, I can't believe I ever doubted myself ever. You know what I mean? Like that that's how powerful you are. You're so powerful. And like I said a few episodes ago, right? This is exactly why they um let's just, for example, this is exactly why the food that we is garbage. The lotions and products that you rub on your skin, I'm telling you, man, you got to watch out and be careful. Even the clothes that you wear, the polyesters, the this, that, and the next thing, it's not good for you. All this stuff is getting in your body. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad with the microplastics. I'm pretty sure we're just like breathing it in the air now. You know what I mean? And with the fluoride in the water and everything like that, all of that is to keep you in a low vibrational state and calcify your pineal gland, and get you to not know how powerful you are, to not believe in yourself, to believe in a God outside of you, and to believe in the government and all this stuff. All you have to do is believe in yourself, because you are source, you are the code, you are a God, but you just have to realize it. And you have to realize it, and the only way that you're going to realize it is by doing research and looking into this stuff. Like I've said, how many times I tell you guys, read this book, okay? Seriously. this is I, I can't even begin to tell you how much information is in here, dude. And I haven't even got through the whole thing. But I mean, just the beginnings of it and everything. You have to you have to read. You have to study the ancients and understand what's going on and who you are. And who you are is an individual expression of source with the power to create whatever life that you desire. All you have to do is get rid of all the bullshit and the lies and everything that you've been told. Deleted. Remember from Liar Liar when when they kiss in front of Fletcher and he goes deleted. That's what you need to do with everything that you've been told. Deleted. Delete it. Start over and do your own research. And that's it. You have to become um, you have to become your own researcher. Okay, so yeah, that book's good. Also, just for like the symbolisms and things like that, I would highly suggest the Book of Wisdom. I know there's a volume one. I know there's a volume two. I know that you could get either just the one or you could get volume one and two, or I even think that you could get the Book of Wisdom, volume one and two, and it comes with manual man Manly P. Hall's the secret of the secret teachings of all ages. I think it comes with that too. So there you go. I mean, if you want a deal and you can get three good ones, I would highly do that. So this is what I'm telling you. Okay, you you have to do your own research. You have to look into this stuff for yourself because I'm not going to convince you. You have to convince yourself and you have to start over from scratch and dig into it all from the beginning. And I understand. I know you're like, dude, that's a lot. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I know. I know it's a lot. It took me years to just to get to this point. I mean, it is a lot. It's a lot. And it's dedication and honestly, it's discipline. You have to you have to set set your stuff up and you have to follow through. So like if you're doing meditation in the morning, that's what you do every morning before even touching this thing. Just forget about that. Meditation, um, yeah, your affirmations, obviously. Read, dude. Like I said, I would go to, I would meditate in the morning. I go to work. I get there. I always get to work early. Um, so I get there and I'd start reading and do a little meditation, like a 10-minute meditation thing in the truck after I read. Then on lunch, I would read. And then when I get home, I'd meditate and read again. I mean, and it was books after books after books after and reading everything. everything. You have to read everything. Read how get that book. What's it called? The Island of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or something like that. But it's about how they set up the banking and all that stuff. You have to look into all this, dude. You have to, and delete what you've been told, and start over, because that's where it's at, man. And get to know yourself and be grateful, man, because life is short, and dude, there is so much beauty and so much love around us all the time, but we don't see it because we're too caught up in the bullshit. So my message um this episode is, please, if you want to walk down this path, you have to do your own research. You have to. And you have to come to an understanding and know who you are and believe it fully and truly in your heart. But you got to start over, and look into everything and read up on everything, and start educating yourself, because you weren't educated in school or anything like that. You were taught how to behave and how to listen, and to raise your hand when you have a question, or to raise your hand if you need to go to the bathroom. All that kind of stupid bullshit. You know what I mean? School is just it, it's a way to program you on how to behave. So, like I said, folks, you have the power. You are the power. You are an individual expression of source. You are the code. You are the field. You're a field within a field, okay? And you can affect the people around you if you are vibrating on a high frequency. And guess what? People who are vibrating on a low frequency can also affect you. So you have to protect yourself and be careful too. So um all I'm saying is, please pick up a book, read, 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 and get an understanding of who you are and how powerful you are, and this big charade of a game that's been pulled on us. All right. Um it's not true, man. We are powerful, powerful individuals. We're all made of stardust and light. Your thoughts are light leaving your head and coming into your head. Everything is light. It's like this whole thing is like a fractalized light video game, pretty much, kind of. So, yeah, I just encourage everybody to do their own research and know the power that is within you, and use it. Use it for love and to help others, and to bring people together, because we're all one. All of us are one. We're we're not we're not different. Okay? There's no color to consciousness or love. So just remember that. Love your neighbors, love your brothers, love your sisters, and just try to approach everybody with love. And if they don't accept, then just move on to the next. All right. But do your own research and understand who you are and how powerful you are, because you are very, very powerful. You're like a walking quantum uh, computer. So, so yeah, I just wanted to come in real quick, let you guys know what's going on. I'll probably do another episode Tuesday or Thursday, because those are the nights that I have free. So, all right. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Hope everybody's living in love, light, and truth. And if you like what you hear, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, please. All right. Thank you very much, folks. I'll see you guys in a couple days.